Welcome, Shari, to the Aging Fiercely podcast. I'm so happy that you're here because we are going to talk about all things fashion today. And I'm very excited because I am not a fashionista. I try, but my wardrobe is basically tank tops, and that's about it. And they're
What about
usually
the winter? In the winter too?
well, no, winter it's like sweaters, but if I can get away with it like indoors, it's just always there's always a tank top involved. And sweaters they're usually like the big bulky ones. So I'm not like and my color scheme as well is pretty much black, gray, and navy blue. So there's a lot to work with here. So why don't you introduce yourself? Let us know what it is that you do, who you are, how you got to be where you are, and tell us your journey in this fashion world that you live in.
Hi, I'm Shaari Gross Cohen, and I am an image coach, meaning that I work with on-air talent, sports broadcasters, newscasters, anybody who's on air, and help them figure out a way to present themselves in the most authentic way that showcases them in their best light, and also presents them in a way they want to be known. I mean, I feel like there's so many unknowns in life, and you can't control the narrative, but you can control how you present yourself. People on TV and people in the world. So I look at fashion as a way to help control your narrative, how you present yourself, who you are. It can be simple. It doesn't have to be overdone. But I feel like it's really important to be authentic to who you are. I'm not a big person following trends just to follow trends to appear younger. I'm very much about embracing your age. I do feel like it's really important to approach each day feeling comfortable in your own skin and feeling comfortable who you are.
Yeah.
My journey is wow. My journey starts a long time ago. I started off as an actress, actually.
Yeah, so cool.
I studied theater and political science at Northwestern in Chicago, outside of Chicago. I moved
Oh,
to LA right after college, got an agent, a manager. I was auditioning.
oh
I
wow.
needed part-time jobs, and one of my part-time jobs was working for a fashion showroom. And I hear a lot, what is a fashion showroom? It's the liaison between designers and retailers. So you represent the designer who gets them into stores, so wholesale. And I very soon was making more money in fashion than I was acting. So I transitioned to fashion full time. Cut to 5 years later, I moved to New York City and opened up my own fashion showroom. And I owned and operated a fashion showroom. I had a partner in LA for 8.5 years, where I represented quite a few up and coming brands. And simultaneously, I fell into working with on air broadcasters. An agency hired me to work with their on air broadcasting clients. And so that's how I got into that field. I worked for the Big Ten Network on a contract, working with all the on air talent at the Big Ten.
Mhm.
I just did a few years contract working with CBS News.
Oh,
Uh,
cool.
I'm working right now with Yahoo Finance talent. And a lot of it is just how do you present yourself? And then for me, it's not how do you present yourself where this, and this, and this, like the days where all on air talent wore like candy colored dresses or men just wear suits. It's getting to know the person, looking at their social media feed to kind of understand the person
Hmm.
behind real person behind the on air image and be like, how do we mold who you are with being presentable for being on TV. And I feel like that's not so different. And I do work with individuals as well, like not so different from this aging process or working with people. You know, okay, I'm not 25 anymore, but I'm 45. And how do I present myself in a way that I feel good? That's my dog. That I feel good, but I also look good and appropriate.
Right. Yeah, because a lot of the fashion doesn't necessarily translate throughout the ages, right? So what's trending for, say, someone in their 20s, you're not necessarily going to want to wear in your 40s. Or do you find that
Like I like a crop shop more than the next guy once in a while in an
mm,
appropriate way. I feel that like it's all based on your comfort level and how you want to present yourself. Like I was doing my hair this morning and I was thinking how there was a period of time where young people would be like, no side parts, those are out, right? And I went hairdresser, very fancy hairdresser in New York City, got one of those like ridiculously expensive haircuts, and he put my hair parted in the middle. I looked like an idiot. I know it was in, but my hair looks better parted. I feel better with my hair parted on the side.
Right.
So the minute I left, I parted my hair on the side
That's
because
funny.
it's not necessarily what is trendy and what is cool. It is how you feel your best.
Yes.
Like when we first initially talked, you said, I mean, like, do whatever you feel, like wearing red lipstick to the grocery store. I'm like, no, no, do not wear red lipstick to the grocery store.
Right. You immediately were like, don't do that.
The grocery store. Because like that's it just doesn't fit the context, right?
Right.
Wear red lipstick out to dinner if you like red lipstick. I don't look good in red lipstick. I'm not going to wear red lipstick. You would look good in red lipstick, red lipsticks. Just do what makes you feel good. I'm a big color person. You're not a big color person. I venture to say, Miss Amory,
Mm-hmm.
put on a color, put on the screen, put on a color and see how it makes you feel.
This is not
But your personality style, just getting to know you, is vivacious and happy and light.
right.
Color will present, color actually would match your persona.
Yeah, it is funny because you do feel different when you put on different colors. Like I definitely, if I all of a sudden put on like a yellow, I do happen to have like a yellow cute little tank top. I put it on, I feel different. I feel more like spring. I feel a little bit more charged. It's amazing what a color scheme can do for you. If I wear red, I feel a little bit more like saucy, like it's just a little bit more fun. So yeah, it's amazing how your clothes really do affect kind of how you feel even just for the day, you
And it
know?
also is welcoming. I feel like you present yourself as like a happy, light, welcoming person.
Yeah, your energy definitely
Yeah.
vibes.
So like I love to wear color. I'm always wearing color. I mean, obviously we all wear black and gray,
Right.
but I find color to be an amazing way to express yourself.
Hmm.
And it
Yeah.
also gives you confidence. But I'm a true believer in not following trends. I think you can try trends and see how they make you feel. And if you don't feel good, wear what you feel good in.
Yeah, I actually love that idea because I remember when the transition went from skinny jeans to now the wide leg, unhemmed type of jean. And at first I was like, but I have all these skinny jeans now. And what am I going to do with them? And I've gotten used to wearing them and they were comfortable. And then I switched over and I just felt like I was swimming in these pants. And I like the idea of just being like, well, if it doesn't work for you, you don't have to be a slave to the fashion trends or, you don't have to commit to it. You can still wear what you want to wear, still wear your skinny jeans if you feel good in them. Like,
And I always tell my clients, you don't want the clothes to wear you. You want to wear the clothes. And
oh,
the compliment someone can tell you is, oh my God, you look refreshed. You look beautiful. You look great. Like you want it to be about like how it um, accentuates you and not
mhm,
how you accentuate it. Like you want really to wear, like you want to wear clothing like I have light eyes. I always wear green and blue because it makes my eyes look green or blue. You
right.
know, accentuating your best features. And I think as you get older, we all know that feeling of like gaining weight or drooping here or wrinkles here.
Yeah.
Find features that you feel most confident about and accentuate those. So you can
Yes.
wear every day. Like I'm a big believer in getting dressed every day. Obviously, there are times where like we're just doing errands all day and you run around in your workout clothes. But I do feel that it's important to shower, get dressed, get yourself ready for your day to
Hmm.
not get.
Yeah, there's an emotion or a feeling that goes with that when you actually do wake up and You get in your closet and you pick out something nice to wear. Now, I've had clients, though, quite a few, who have told me that they don't like to get dressed anymore. They open up their closet and they just don't even want to. Like they dread getting dressed.
Well, I also think that's, I think there's also a lot of rules there. Well, my personal rules, whereas you shouldn't have anything in your closet that an entire season went by that you didn't wear and you didn't pull for. Get rid of it. Like everybody has these aspirational jeans or aspirational outfit that once looked good. When you get to your aspirational point, and I'm not saying weight, it could be so many different things. You're going to want to buy something new because you're no longer going to want to wear that old. You're going to be so proud of yourself and you're going to feel so good. You're going to want something new.
Right.
So I feel like less is more in terms of wardrobe, so that you open up your closet. There's a lot of color. There's a lot of different things, and you just reach for something. It's not hidden by your jeans from seventh grade that you're trying to get back into.
Right.
Or yes, trends come back and forth. And there are a few pieces that we all keep, we have an emotional connection to, and
Right.
totally fine. But I just feel like simplifying your closet and just like unloading the quote baggage of your closet is a good way to, oh, like I'm going to just throw that shirt on and those pants, they make me feel good.
Yeah. Yeah. There definitely is. But then how do you like, have you had clients and you work with individuals?
Yeah.
So you've had clients who say they're 10 pounds overweight, they're not where they want to be. How do you style them in a
I
way
don't,
that they feel good? And it's not because a lot of us get hooked on the number, the dress size, the number on the scale, and that feeds into not wanting to get dressed, not feeling good in anything, feeling like they can only wear black because it makes them look slimmer. How do you help women who are so uncomfortable actually find the clothes that like free them from that dread?
well, first of all, I think it's embracing where you're at in that moment. I mean, we all, like it's an ebb and flow and imperfections. We all experience moments where we're not.
Yes.
I do think color helps. Color on top, dark on the bottom. Talking to my clients, like, what are your best attributes? What do you love about yourself? Accentuating those parts. Like, is it your eyes? Is it your hair? I love giving people a color palette because oftentimes people just don't know what colors to wear, what works for them.
Hmm.
And then going through their closet and just really like Maria Kondoing the closet and saying, get rid of the things that make you feel bad. Sometimes it's because I haven't fit into that in 5 years and I've just wanted to fit into it. I'm like, get rid of it because you're holding yourself accountable to an older version of yourself. Like you've shed that skin, move forward.
Right. Right. What about things that they hold on to for sentimental reasons?
So that's sentimental, but like don't hold yourself accountable to fitting into it. Like, I mean, sentimental, and clothing is just clothing. Like I understand like a wedding dress, but like, first of all, we all are, that was 15 years ago or however long, 20 years ago. But you're a whole different person. I mean, interestingly enough, I saw today my daughter's at my workout class, my daughter's choose teacher. She hasn't seen me. My daughter's now 12 and it's been a decade. And
Wow.
what has happened in a decade of the growth of my oldest child, who's 12, it's been a lifetime. Like
Mhm.
you wouldn't hold your kid accountable to them at 2.
Right.
We gotta meet ourselves where we're at, you know, with life is experience and, we can't go backwards.
Yeah. Yeah.
Mentality like is wonderful, but they're also just things.
Yeah. So we just have to learn to let them go. There's definitely some pieces that I've held on to, but yeah, I don't necessarily expect myself to wear them. but but yet they're still in my closet for some reason. Who knows? That's a whole other it's a whole other thing. But you also mentioned so you said pop of color on the top and more darker on the pants. Is that like a good rule of thumb that you advise people to follow?
Yes, I think that I think pants and shorts and skirts, it's very personal based on your comfort level. I mean, there's so many brands right now that cater to women who feel feel that they need to be it needs to be more slimming and elongating. And I think it's, there's no one size fits all.
Right.
I think that, there's so many jean brands and there's so many different types of jeans you can wear. Like you can't, I'm 5'9", so like I can wear those baggier jeans or bootleg jeans. But like someone who's 5'2" is going to be swimming,
Right.
correct? So, you have to just meet yourself where you're at and who you are. And the people that are aspirational on like Instagram, I mean, like usually they're like 25-year-old models or they're extraordinarily wealthy. And oftentimes they've had a lot of stuff done. Like,
Right.
you can't really look to someone else to try to emulate. You have to like be more comfortable, like emulating your best self.
Yeah. No, I definitely agree. How do you go about figuring out the colors that work for certain people?
So like
What?
rules of thumb, like if you have pink undertones in your skin, like myself, you steer clear of like orange based pinks and reds, then you're more of a cooler palette, like blues, greens, purples. If you're going to do pink, more of like a fuchsia that has like a blue undertone,
Okay.
more of like a tan coloring, like a golden and olive complexion. You can wear more of the neutrals. You can wear more of the yellows, the oranges, the pinks and reds. So I think that, there is rules of thumb. Like there is a saying that if you can see your vein and if you see like really blue, you should wear more of a cooler palette.
Oh, really?
Yeah. So
Okay.
I mean, every individual is unique in terms of their color palette.
Hmm. Yeah. So it's like just determining what colors work best for their skin tone,
Right.
hair color, right?
Exactly. Like, and it's also like more of skin tone, I think really is the indicator more than anything. Like for you, like your yellow, I hope is like a deeper yellow because like a light yellow,
Yeah.
like, while you have dark hair color, you do have pink undertones in your skin. So you have to wear more like dominant colors.
Mhm.
I find that jewel tones look good on everybody. Jewel tones meaning amethyst, purple, um, emerald, like a deep green. Um, Navy blue is a gorgeous color on most people. And I also like everybody loves black, 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 black to hide behind black. I mean, don't hide behind black. If, try navy. Try, I feel, oftentimes people go for neutral color palettes because they're kind of confused and they don't know which way to go. And
Hmm.
I feel like choose more dominant colors.
Okay. So don't be afraid of colors.
Also look good in like an army green. Like you would lend yourself to more of a neutral palette, but more of a saturated neutral palette. In the fall and winter, I'll use green for an example. In a fall and winter, you wouldn't wear this green. You would wear more of like emerald or deeper, like more of a forest green. And
Okay.
then as you hit spring and summer, you can do more of a emerald that's like a brighter emerald and more different color green. And for blues, navy transitions to every season, which is really nice. And I think like pinks. You're not going to wear light pink in the middle of winter. Everybody's going to look washed out. So you more gravitate towards like a fuchsia or a deeper pink, or
Okay.
So I think that like there's a way to do colors all through the year.
Let's say somebody is trying to revamp their style. What is the best way to start out? Do you want to start with one piece and then kind of add on to that? Or what is the best way to refresh your whole look?
Um, I think the best way is to really try to figure out what you feel most comfortable in and like how you want to do it and what
So
you
clothing or colors
I
first?
I think clothing first because I
Okay.
think clothing first, like how you feel comfortable, like what you're comfortable in, and going from there. I think it's really fun to go each season to go to the stores and see what's out there and try
Hmm.
just one thing new. And in terms of color, I mean, I just love color. I just think it brightens up every mood.
Yeah.
I think that you going into stores and not just, I mean, you can do it online too. Like I love like websites like Shopbop, SHOPBOP.com.
Shop the.
Shopbop.
Oh, okay. Shop Bop. Got
Yes.
it.
So Shop Up, I look at, they have a what's new every day. You can see what's going on,
Yeah.
and it's on a model. So you can see how it's worn. And I
Mhm.
just love like looking at their website every day to see what's going on in the stores.
Okay.
That like while you don't have to be trendy, it's nice to feel current.
Yes. Yes.
But I don't like to prescribe to I'm too old for this. It doesn't matter. It's not too old for something. I don't feel comfortable in this. It's different than I don't feel I'm too old for this.
Right.
Because I feel like we're all different shapes and sizes. And nobody should tell us what we're too old and too young for. We should tell us what we feel best in.
Right. Right. I like that.
And granted, like there's going to be, I mean, I have a 12-year-old daughter, so there's certain styles I'm like, yeah, that's not meant for me. It meant for me right now, but
Mhm.
you know, that doesn't mean aren't 100 things that are meant for me that I feel great in.
Right.
And
Yeah.
I think all of it comes around with, which kind of collaborates with what you also do, is like moving your body. The more you move your body, the more you stay fit, the more you walk, the more you exercise. And everybody has to find their routine that works for them.
Mhm.
And the more apt you are to go to a store and want to get dressed and try new clothes.
Yeah, yeah, that's very true. Yeah, kind of like incorporates the two worlds. So the more you are investing in your body, meaning you're moving it, you're staying active, you're feeling good about it, you're feeling good in your body, that's generally going to translate into wanting to get dressed. And I think that's where a lot of women, clients that I've worked with, that's where like it doesn't click because they want to move, they're trying to, but it's really difficult and they're not feeling good in their body. So of course they're not going to feel good about opening up their closet and wanting to get dressed. And then to feel a little bit older on top of it, it's just like this snowball effect where you're just not feeling good about yourself in any realm. And
And I just think it's like committing. I mean, truthfully, I mean, I work out like 6 to 7 days a week, not for any other reason. Is like, I love the way it makes me feel. And I have found
Mhm.
a routine that works for me.
Yeah.
And it has nothing to do with anybody else. I feel good doing it.
Hmm.
That's step one. Just find the movement that feels good for you. Ignore the number, ignore the weight, ignore all other aspects of it. Give yourself 3 months in a routine that feels good for you, and then take yourself shopping and feel the change. Even
Yeah.
if the scale doesn't say anything different, like your body, you feel better. I just feel there's like such a connection between how you feel about yourself and just movement.
Yes.
You know, um, we all know there's so many things happening in our bodies as we're in our mid to late 40s or early 40s. And I mean, myself included. And all I can do is control what I can control. And that is waking up every morning and moving.
That's well within our power and we can do something about it. And I don't know if I'm kind of like sidebarring, but I remember there was this show on, I think it was TLC or one of those. It was What Not to Wear. Do you remember that show?
Yeah.
I loved that show because it wasn't about, again, it wasn't about a number on the scale. And it was about women who didn't dress the best for their body type, and they didn't have to go and lose weight or anything. What they did was they took them as they were, and then they just picked clothes that like cut just right and the colors that brought out certain attributes that they didn't realize. And it wasn't anything about changing dress sizes or numbers changing. It was just about the cut and the look and the color. And they transformed them. And they looked amazing when they like came out at the end in these new clothes and they loved it and they felt so good. So like that's also such a good testament to like fashion and feeling good and
I think it's like embracing who you are. Like if you have big hips and if you tend to gain weight in your butt and your hips or you're curvier,
right.
straight silhouettes are going to be hard on you. And you
Mhm.
can try them on till you're blue in the face. You can lose 25 pounds, and I'll tell you, they're still going to be hard on you. you got to like meet yourself where you're at. If you have curves or you feel like your bottom area feels bigger, wear an A line. And what I mean by A line, it can be if you're thinnest, you always accentuate your narrowest part. You wear something that starts here and goes out. That's
Mhm.
why jeans are often very flattering on people who might be shorter and carry their weight in their bottom or feel curvy because it elongates your leg and then goes out. So it doesn't just accentuate your,
Right.
it's just learning how to accentuate the parts of your body that are that you feel the most comfortable in. And we all have it. There's not one person in this world. And if you don't, start moving your body, give yourself 3 months, and then see, I love how my arms look. So accentuate your arms.
Yes. Yes. It's like go sleeveless. Like, yeah, when you work it, because that's like a big one, like arms and like the jiggle and people hate to show their arms, but seriously, once you start moving them and building the strength in your arms, you're gonna feel so different about that.
For sure. And even I mean, I I work out every day and my kids go like this and jiggle at the bottom of my arm. I mean,
Yeah.
we are all like we we can't hide from aging. We
Yeah.
can't. I mean, to be honest, we I lost a friend when I was in high school, and I always promised myself every age is a blessing. There's
Yeah.
so many people who don't get the miracle of age.
Hmm.
So instead of like running away and trying to look younger and trying to be young and we all fall victim to it. It's embracing the parts of you that with age comes knowledge, with age comes memories, with age comes all these wonderful things. And
Yeah.
you know I don't care how strong you are, the strongest 50-year-old in the world is going to have a little jiggle under her arm.
Right.
The stretch marks often show like childbirth and the
Yeah.
fact that like our bodies like stretched out like so far to have our children. Like if there were wounds of what we've been through and they show who we are. So like we have to have realistic expectations of ourselves, and we need to meet ourselves where we're at, where we feel our best. And you need to like those days where you work out and you feel great, or you go for a really long walk and you're like, I feel so great. Like
Hmm.
a mutual friend who I know you work with, um you know it's like those moments where she works full time and she doesn't have a lot of time to exercise her body, but holding her accountable because she is a perfectionist,
Right.
like feeling, and those moments where she's like, that felt great. Like you can see it in your friends, your people, like people who say they don't have time. That's a lie. There's always time to move your body.
Yes.
Walking your dog for 30 minutes is moving
Right.
with your AirPods in. Like everybody works from home, taking calls while you walk. You know,
Hmm.
my husband, he's constantly working out on the phone or like waking up early to like get his exercise in before he has to do anything. And it just centers you. It starts your day. There's always time.
Yeah.
We create time for so many trivial, menial things that there's always time to exercise.
It's 100% true. Right. And it doesn't even take a lot. It's like give yourself 10 minutes. I swear to God, just start there. And it's
Like clothing isn't going to miraculously change your life. Like
no.
color, fashion isn't going to make you feel young. Isn't going to make you feel better. What's going to make you feel better is holding yourself accountable and taking control of your movement, and then going from there, and then accentuating the parts of you that you feel proud of.
Yeah. Yeah. And when you do it coming from a place of confidence or feeling good about yourself, it feels so much sweeter because you're not coming at it looking at it to make you feel good. You already feel good and this is just accentuating that.
And truthfully, the number on the scale might not move, but you could have made so much progress because muscle is more than, right? Muscle weighs more than fat. Or what is it? Muscle weighs
Well,
more.
muscle is you're gonna build muscle and that's gonna change how your body looks. So you're not necessarily gonna lose weight. You're not gonna lose any weight, but you're building muscle. So you're actually helping your body to burn more calories while you're at rest. I mean, there's just a slew of good.
Right. And it's all about like feeling good about yourself. Like no shirt is going to make you feel good about yourself long term. No, like, you know, I mean, yes, you can fake it till you make it a little bit. Like a new shirt makes you feel good for like the night, right?
Right.
We all
Yeah.
That's why the fashion industry is in business. Like, we all love newness. We all like need a pick me up. But if you're going to make a long term commitment to yourself, you need to start with movement.
Yeah. It starts on the inside. It starts here in the head for sure.
And then it'll be a pleasure to get dressed in the morning because you'll see progress, even if it's little progress.
Yeah, it is. And then, picking clothes that work, as you said, work with your body, meet you where you're at, that's going to make a whole big difference as well because you're not squeezing and pinching and pulling and, laying on your bed and trying to get the zipper up. You're actually wearing clothes that work with your body, which I think is the most smart move you can do because then you feel good in your body. When you wear stuff that's like tight and restricting, I don't know. I'm like done with those days because I'm just like, I don't feel good. I don't feel good about myself because it's like, I don't fit into this. It's uncomfortable.
I mean, and it's also your lifestyle too. It's, you have to pick clothing that fits your lifestyle. I
Hmm.
say to people, like, nobody, when I'm cleaning out closets, I'll be like, get rid of your theory suits that you wore to work in like 19 or 2010.
Oh, I hated those suits. I
Okay.
hated
They're like,
suits.
oh, but the theory blazer, they were so expensive. I'm like, you're never wearing it again. It's like, you're never going to wear it again. If you're going to go back into the office and need an outfit, you're going to buy something new.
Right.
You're going to want something new. I'll get rid of the things that you're holding onto because you think like, oh, I'm going to have a business meeting or this. I'm like, everything's changing. Like start afresh.
Hmm. Yeah, I agree. Because yeah, you're a different person. You are a different person than you were, even a year ago, much less 10 years ago. And I know we all have those pieces that we still have from like 10 years ago, and that's fine as long as it still fits and you feel good in it. I think keep it.
Of course, but I like the aspirational gene came.
Yeah.
I was like, when you get to your aspirational weight, you're going to want a new pair of jeans
Yes.
because you're going to be like, I feel great. I feel
Yeah.
amazing. Throw those away. Like,
Yes.
very rarely do you go back and wear what you've been holding on to for 20 years.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Kind of switch a little bit. What about like accessories?
I love accessories. I always find, I wore these for you. I always find a big old hoop is just like, can make any outfit.
Yes.
I
Yes.
just like a great look. It looks good on everybody, elongates your neck, and it's just like a pop.
Mm-hmm.
I love wearing, I mean, lots of little necklaces. I also love sentimental pieces because they're conversation starters.
Mm.
Things that maybe mean something to you. So, for men, years ago, I always told my men to find a watch that has a good story. So, years ago,
Mm.
I had all my clients and I bought my husband a Shinola watch. Now they're everywhere because they have an amazing story. They're made in Detroit. So they're USA made and they're made in Detroit. And Detroit, it's feeding the Detroit economy. They started off as a bicycle manufacturer, and now they make watches, and it's family run, and they only hire people in like the Metro Detroit area that needs a boost to their economy. And I'm like, that's an amazing story.
Yeah.
How people talk about Chanel all the time, but I was onto this years ago because I was like, this is like a conversation starter.
Yeah.
And I feel like so much with fashion and the way you present yourself is, especially since COVID, a lot of people's social anxieties of who am I, how do I present myself, and sometimes it's putting on a piece, something, or wearing something that will start a conversation.
Mm-hmm.
So it's not all on you to start blindly talking to people.
No, I like that idea. That's really great. And I like how a lot of I noticed a lot more people wear like as you're wearing like more than one necklace in different lengths. I like how that looks. I think it's a really fun and you can experiment and try new things. Um yeah. So what about like shoes? We talk about shoes, high
Yeah,
heel shoes. Are we like what's I don't
I
even
find it to be. I mean, it has to be just like based on your comfort level. Like,
yeah.
gone are the days, but like gone are the days, not because of our age, but because of our comfort level as humans and our
Mhm.
being, where we have to wear shoes that hurt. Like, shouldn't we feel like that we've progressed enough as human beings that like we can like give ourselves a break? you
Yes.
know, like, like, so like, I just truly feel like everything you put on your body, you should be wearing for you and not to like impress somebody else.
Mhm.
I'm not a fan of like name brands like glaring out at you because like once again, you should wear the clothes shouldn't wear you. And and I don't love that whole like someone could look at your purse and know how much money you spent on your purse. You know, you
Right.
can buy a beautiful purse, but just don't they'll can be like that's a beautiful purse, but the name brand has nothing to do with the beauty of it.
Right.
It's just, find your comfort level with shoes. If like stiletto heels no longer fit your lifestyle and feel comfortable, but you want a little bit of a heel, wear a wedge, wear a thicker heel. Don't wear a heel, wear a flat.
I feel like the wedges are really comfortable. And they can be like, you can have like a 3-4 inch heel
Right.
on a wedge, but
I
I don't
just
know.
think comfort is key in
Yeah.
terms of shoes. So I think it's always when you're shopping for shoes for anything, just always ask yourself, is this for me or is
Yeah.
it like, do I feel good? Do I feel
Mhm.
comfortable? Do I like this? Or do I think other people,
Yeah.
like there's all these shoe, like certain brands and people buy and sometimes it's like the emperor's new clothes. Like they're so ugly and they're so expensive, but someone said that they were cool.
Yeah.
And I would recently with a friend who was showing me a pair of Prada shoes, and they look like orthopedics. They were so unattractive, and they were $1,200. And I was I'm like, those are not pretty. They're not pretty. And and,
Yes.
and and I'm just not a big follower of those trends. Like, if it doesn't suit you, do
Right. Right. You don't have to be part of the trends. You can actually be like, okay, that doesn't really fit my flavor of flair. So I'm I'm not going to partake in that.
as my mom would always say, if you have a doubt, do without.
Ah, I like that.
So
I
it's
like
just,
that.
less is more. Make sure that I mean, the nicest compliment someone could say to you is like, you look great, or that dress looks so nice on you, as opposed to, oh, I like your shoes.
Right.
I mean, it's nice to hear I like your shoes. No, thank you. But like,
Right. Of course. But it's also more if they're noticing who you are.
right. And it should accentuate who you are. You
Yeah.
should walk into a room and you should shine. And oftentimes it's because of the way you feel in what you're wearing or how you're presenting yourself.
Right. Do you know, are there any like fun fitness trends that are on the horizon?
Fitness trend. Well,
I'm sorry. No, I said fitness. I meant
I,
fashion.
fitness. Well, I love F45. That's my fitness trend. I'm the biggest F45 goer. Fashion trends that are on the horizon. I'm really liking right now in this moment of time that like the look of like the pretty look, the like feminine, pretty, just like softer look is in. And I think that's like I always love when the romantic soft look comes back in.
So what is that exactly? Like, what are we seeing?
I love like a floral dress, like a
Um,
like a sundress. Just I just think that um I love like especially in spring and summer. I love more of like the softer, less structured looks. It's nice that summer feminine girly dresses are back in.
yeah, something like more casual. I noticed too, like a lot of like they look super comfortable, but they're very thin sort of pants that you can wear.
Linen gauze pants,
Yeah.
beautiful, and they're like a great look. Like there's a very affordable brand that every time I wear one of their like matching and like also monochromatic looks are very in. Z Supply, I have like a bunch of their outfits.
Oh, who's that? I don't.
Z Supply, and they have these and they're very affordable, monochromatic, like a tank top and like a pair of like those soft pants that match, and in pretty colors, and they look really nice. And it's just like it's a very casual look, but it's an upgrade from your workout wear, but it
Yeah.
feels very comfortable. I just made my mom buy a Z Supply outfit in like a light denim, and they're all cotton, so
Oh,
everything's Z Supply.
yeah.
It's a they're very flattering on everybody, and they are a nice upgrade from the athleisure look.
Yeah. I feel like there's a definite push towards everything is more comfortable. I don't know. You touch the clothing and it's just so you just want to wrap yourself in some of these things because they're so comfortable. There's
I love that belts are having a reemergence. I'm
oh, are they?
yeah, belts are having a great reemergence. Like if you're wearing a dress, like a spin dress, like I mean, most people like when you like cinch it, it gives you
Yeah.
like a shape, so it looks really nice. Like there's belts everywhere right now.
Oh, I didn't know that. I do
Yeah,
like that nice little cinch in the waist. I think
I
that
love the cinch in the waist. I mean, I depends on where you hold your like. Some
right.
people lower. It depends on your if you're short bodied or long legs or I feel like it depends on your measurements and how you work. But
Mhm.
I feel like a belt would work on everybody. It just depends on where you wear it. But I
Yeah.
love belting a dress. I just think it looks really nice.
Yeah. I don't think I've ever done that. All right.
I like belting a jean. Like I love the look of like a crisp button down tucked into jeans with a nice belt. I think it's a very clean look.
Yeah. It's very classic look, right?
But classic is, I mean, it's just always appropriate and just always pretty.
Yeah.
Like that Calvin Klein polo look from the 80s, 90s was just so clean. And
Hmm.
a lot of that right now as well, which I love.
Yeah. Oh, that's cool. That's fun. Let me ask you one final question. We'll see how you answer this one. In the fashion realm, like what is like your one top piece of advice you would give to the woman who's looking to age fiercely with her fashion? And it could be something you've already said.
I feel like it's like write down, like be aspirational in yourself. Like, who are you and how do you want to present yourself to the world? And I mean, yeah, write down who you are, how you want to present yourself to the world, and then dress accordingly. Like, kind of come up with your own brand. We're in a world like everybody brands themselves. Like, brand yourself. Like,
I like that.
like I used, when I do style assessments with clients. So like I get to know them, I watch their tape if they're on air, or I get to know them in person, and then I kind of give them like a style based on getting to know them, like romantic, like you look good in that like romantic flowy look, or you're a boss lady and that's how you present yourself. So I feel like brand yourself, like pretend,
Hmm.
make yourself like an object, like brand yourself,
Yeah.
and then
It's
dress.
like you are your own personal brand. So kind of represent
And it
the
could be like
emotion.
aspirational. Like I want to appear more bold and stronger. So, fake it till you make it.
Right. What are the pieces that are going to help me achieve that look?
It's
Are they
like
going to make me feel?
or I want to appear softer and more relatable. How am I going to appear that way?
I think that's really good advice because I know for me, a lot of times when I go shopping, I look at the pieces and I try to translate, like, do I like this? Do I not? Whereas I'm not going and being like, this is what I want to create, or this is the look that I want to create. I'm more like letting what I see dictate.
Right. Like go in with an agenda. I feel that you can create your look accordingly to how you want to see yourself,
Mhm.
want to be viewed.
You're part of the process more. You're deciding who you want to be, and as opposed to letting the fashion decide who you are.
Like a self-fulfilling prophecy. Like if I and one day you wake up and you're like, wow, I am a boss lady, or I am
Yeah.
who I used to be,
Yeah.
days and it changes every day. Some days we want to appear, some days we want to disappear, and that's
Yeah.
fine. There are days
It's true.
there are days I don't follow my own advice and I go to the grocery store with no makeup on. Like my whole thing is like never leave the house without mascara. And so there are some days I've worked out, I go to the grocery store, my mascara's all wiped off, and I'm just like,
You're like,
yeah, I mean, we all have those days. But
yeah.
then the next day I wake up and I put my mascara on and I reapply in the middle of the day and I like, put my bright color on and I'm like, okay, I gave myself one day to live my pity party and
Right.
battle. I mean, we have to like let ourselves feel what we feel.
Yeah.
I'm always quoting my mom because she's got like great quotes, but it's like, you can have a pity party, but eventually people start coming.
Oh,
Your clients, like who, oh, I feel so bad. Yeah, like you can just like talk and talk and talk till you're blue in the face about the 10 pounds and you don't like the way you are. But this is where you are right now. So either embrace it in the meantime and before and work on
Mhm.
who you want to be. But you gotta like accept yourself where you're at because eventually people stop coming to the pity party.
Yeah. Yeah, that's true. Very true. I love that. Well, where can people find you?
So I'm ShaariCohen.com, ShaariCohen.com. And there's a way to email me. And I work with individuals, I work with corporations, I do team building. I love doing, offsites and, retreats. I love doing
Retreats.
retreats.
Well, thank you, Shari. This has been a lot of good information, and thank you for sharing it with us. You are beautiful. You are gorgeous. You wear fashion so well. So
As do you. You are beautiful and you wear fashion beautifully too. Put some color on.
I do. I do need some color. That's next on my list. I'm going to get some color.
Well, thank you so much.
Thank you. I really appreciate it.